So, welcome to my podcast. This is actually my first time, and I'm not sure if this gonna be what do you call this a solid or properly edited. Considering I'm not an editor, nor have I ever edited any videos in my entire life, or just say school life. Okay, let's start. Good, good morning. I am Jandara M. Galicia, and I will be discussing about history regarding Theodore Agoncillo, the Ambet Ocampo, and the Calancho Code. Okay, so let's start. History is not just about facts. It's about how we interpret on what happened and what will happen. In this discussion, we'll explore this, revealing the tension between imagination, meaning, and writing history itself. Okay, so what is history? Let's start with Agoncillo. Agoncillo argues that history is not just a list of facts, but it also requires historical imagination. Think of it as an example that not everything in the textbook is correct because you need to visualize or imagine something to make it a bit more not it's not believable, but it's a way to connect them and at least to be more familiar with the background or the story itself. Like it's to give them life and to give them creativity without the story becoming dry, without that part becoming dry nor meaningless. It's not just about reading the books, but also how you interpret it, and that's for me at least. But actually, this also raises a problem. If imagination is involved, how do we keep is how do we keep history meaningful and not misleading? This is this part will be related about Ocampo. This is where it comes in. He emphasizes say history must have meaning and relevance to people. That is true because history does reflect on what happened to the people. Think of it as adds up people power. It reflects on how people united to fight against the Marcoses. And this also should explain on how we and how we are and why our past matters today. Okay, so altogether, Agoncillo is Agoncillo in shorter terms is not just but is referring to history needs imagination, not just being dry nor just reading the textbooks, but you also have to imagine what happened nor at least to interpret it at least to a small content to make it easier to understand. And for Ocampo, history needs meaning because history always has meaning because it was the past experience of our heroes, not people, and even our culture and the entire country as well. So that okay, for the third part, the test case is Kalansiaw. The Code of Kalansiaw was once thought as a real pre-colonial code, as it gives the Filipinos a reason to be a reason and a sense of pride as well as a proof of being organized society before the colonization. But actually, but later on, historians discovered that it was just a fabricated lie, and it was also supported by the Marcoses. Okay, so why was it accepted? As it actually supported the national identity of our people back then, considering it was actually the part and it actually gave us the sense of pride, even just like what I said earlier, it gave us organi- it gave us the organization, the it actually made us organize before the colonizations happened. And as well, it actually, what do you call this? It actually institution, wait, yeah, it the institution that it failed to question it early because it was backed up by the Marcoses, considering back then nobody can do anything nor voice their opinions, considering their fear the consequences that will happen. Just like North Korea, for example, you can speak ill about their leader because it's going to be tragic. Like, it's pretty much worse than death back on North Korea. It's not just you that will suffer, but also the third, second, or even fourth generations of your entire bloodline will suffer the consequences of your own actions. Now, for the key questions, was it imagination or deception? For me, it actually, I wouldn't say the Kalanshaw Code being this imagination, considering it was actually supported by the Marcoses. So actually, in a better word, it's actually deception, considering, like I said earlier, it was backed up by Marcoses, and actually it has also its say say. But does it really mean to justify the falsehood? Because this shows that history can be misused when meaning is prioritized over truth. What this means is that every truth can be backed up by something dubious. You can use truth as a weapon as well. You can even use truth as a weapon against the people, just like the Kalashaw Code. Big, actually, yeah. This is often commonly used to be prioritized over the actual truth itself. Now, for the core tension, Agostinho warns us about imagination is being necessary but dangerous if left unchecked. Just like everything, everything has its own limitations. Everything has its own, what do you call this? Everything has its own capacity. Like, you can't just do something without overlooking how much it can handle, nor how much it can provide you. The Kalasha case shows that what happens is when meaning is overlooked and overshadowed by that evidence. Actually, wait, wait. It's when evidence gets overlooked and overshadowed by meaning. That's the Kalanchow case. For history, it must have the balance, imagination, meaning, and evidence to keep it true, to make it relevant, and to make it engaging. Without evidence, history becomes unreliable. In one word, it's propaganda. Now, for the conclusion, what kind of restaurant should we be? Something we this question. We must always be stay true. We must not be biased, and we must be valid on how we voice things out. We must use supports after supports and after supports those supports must be authorized and valid, of course, considering nowadays social media can easily be used as as a tool to misinterpret, to misinform, and especially to spread false information. History should not just make us proud. It should also make us understand on what happened and what will happen. Thank you.